So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about my personal story and how I got into real estate. That was an interesting story. Started about 16 years ago. I was a chef for many years that a lot of you might know. And I went to culinary school, and then I went to hotel school after. The best advice I ever got as a young man was from the dean of my culinary school, who says, Nick, you're top of the class, you're too experienced and doing too well for you to stay here for 2 more years. This man gave us amazing advice to my father and I went to hotel school to learn about hospitality management. Now, why is this important to you? One, my marketing background and everything stemmed from this, high-end customer service. But the reason it became the best advice, I got very ill. Some of you that have had dinner with me or lunches know that I'm a little picky. Well, to be honest, I'm not picky at all. Anything that I can eat that will not make me sick, I'll eat. And what do I mean by this? About 16 years ago, I was in New York with a couple of my best friends. The boys from FIU was our little group. And we're at an international hotel restaurant conference. And I started having these pains, really deep pains in I didn't know how to describe it. Well, it turns out it was my intestines, my esophagus, my entire GI system was reacting to the foods that I was eating. Well, fast forward months and months and months. I started losing weight. I was getting sick. I always had to know where the bathroom was when I got to a restaurant because I was probably going to get sick or have to go in there for a little while. It was just part of my life at that point. Something I didn't know how to describe. I didn't know words. No one ever taught me the words to describe this to my friends, to my loved ones. Imagine trying to be someone's best friend or even date during this. It was a process. Now, before I go too much further, this whole thing I'm getting into now, this part of my story, this is my biggest blessing in my life. It's become my biggest blessing. And I say that because I made a choice a long time ago to focus on what makes me feel good, not what makes me feel bad. To focus always on what I can control and not what I can't. And so the tears in my eyes are from happiness because I've told this story to a lot of other people. And I've been able to help a lot of other people find their new path, find their new inner truth, find the strength and the energy and the resilience to move through anything in life. And it's possible. And it all starts with your words. So back to the story. I was getting really sick. I was losing a lot of weight. I lost 25% of my body weight. And I'm 200 pounds right now almost. So imagine me from 215 to 161. Like emaciated. You wouldn't recognize me. You could see my ribs. There's a video of me with my healer at the time. And you could see my backbone, my spine. Crazy to even imagine this, right? So through the illness, I had days that I was so sick that I would grab a towel in the bathroom. I was in a lot of pain, just massive pain and spasming. Almost like if there was somebody inside my esophagus squeezing me from the inside. It hurt, and there was no way to control it. No pills, no drugs from the doctors, nothing was able to help with this. So I'd find myself in the bathroom on the floor, and I'd a lot of times pass out and wake up on the floor, and I had my towel in there to comfort me. Well, that got worse. I had some days it was very scary. I've always been a very happy, upbeat person, but I had some days that were really tough. I had some days that I would pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and didn't really know where to go with this. I had days that, I was never suicidal, but I had days that I was like, hey, God, if I'm supposed to die, take me out. Take me out. And that's the truth. I haven't talked about this in a long time, but so the point is this. My life has been very interesting, full of lots of blessings. This whole story that I'm telling you transformed me. It enabled me to dig very deep down into myself, to look deep within others as well, and to connect with people at a different level. That's become part of my biggest blessing. It's a part of my story, and you have one as well. I would love you to share it with me. If you have things that are bothering you, things that you're hung up on, my friends, it's really not much more difficult than changing your words and finding the blessings within. My blessings is now I eat a lot healthier. I still travel all over the world. I still go out to restaurants all the time. I eat very well. The good news is because I don't eat the items that were making me sick, that I found out with a Chinese healer She's actually Italian by origin, but studied Chinese medicine. We were able to work with her and a few of my doctors that were open to Eastern philosophy and find out what was making me sick, what would make me sick in the future. And through that, I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm a paddleboard racer, I'm a paddleboard coach. I cook all the time, and I really do enjoy my life through learning how to deal with my struggles. And you can do the same. And why is this important? Now you understand more about me. You understand more about where my passion and my drive comes from, and why I consider myself to be a loving and caring person in business as well. Sometimes it's hard. Loving and caring for others unconditionally gets us hurt. But you know what? It's a part of life, and it's something that I really cherish and I enjoy. And it's something I'm not willing to change. I'm not going to change it for my family, for my friends, for my colleagues, and I'm definitely never going to change it for you. So now you know a little bit more about Nick Tiger Quay Unmasked and about the different hats that I wear in my business. I look forward to meeting with you soon in person, and I was being very honest and sincere. Call me on things like this. Pick up the phone, send me an email, send me a text. I'm very easy to reach, almost 24 hours a day. I say almost. But I really am here for you, and I'm fighting for you as well, and I want you to know that I truly do care.